Good morning, guys. It's Mr. Voigt here. Today we are going to start off with our first day of poetry, and we are going to write about a month in the year. We're going to hear a poem by John Updike called September, and I'm going to read it to you now. Then we'll talk about it, and you're going to write your own poem today at the end of this lesson. So let's listen to this poem, September, by John Updike. The breezes taste of apple peel. The air is full of smells to feel. Ripe fruit, old footballs, drying grass. New books in blackboard, chalk in class. The bee, his hive, well honeyed hums, while mother cuts chrysanthemums. Like plates washed clean with suds, the days are polished with a morning haze. What did you imagine as you listened to this poem? When we listen to this poem, what sensory details does the poem include to help you see what the month of September is like? So when you hear this, what senses come to mind? Hear, feel, smell, taste. So let's read it again, and let's see if we can pick out some of the sensory details. The breezes taste of apple peel. The air is full of smells to feel. Ripe fruit, old footballs, drying grass. New books and blackboard, chalk in class. The bee his hive well honeyed hums, while mother cuts chrysanthemums. Like plates washed clean with suds, the days are polished with a morning haze. When I think of this, I can notice that we're talking about the air being full, right, of different smells, of maybe the grass or of apple. Chalk in class gives me the sensory detail of white, kind of maybe dusty, maybe the smell of books in the classroom. Other sensory details, a bee, right? Humming around, its wings buzzing. You can imagine the hive. Chrysanthemums are a type of flower. So you can imagine the sensory details of September and fall starting to come about. So those are some things that I notice in this poem. I'm sure that you were able to pick out some things of your own as well. So imagine that we are writing a poem like September, but for the month of July. So what words and images might we include in the poem to help a reader see, hear, smell, taste, and feel the month of July? So in this case, I've got a piece of paper, and I just wrote down some ideas about the month of July. Now, you guys would come up with your own, but here are some ideas that we could just use to get started from. So when I think of July, I think of fresh fruit, juicy watermelon, maybe short pants, maybe swimming, so you'd have a wet bathing suit, and the smell of pool water. Toes in hot sand, right? If you go to the beach. I think of long sunny days. The 4th of July, Independence Day. Fireworks. And for me personally, I like to go on mountain hikes. So these are just a few quick, great ideas for a poem that I could write about the month of July. And when I write that poem, I want to make sure that I'm focused on sensory details today. So sensory details are, You know, things that we can see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. You know, what's happening to show the action. And we know that some poems have rhyme, right? And some poems have short lines. So as you can see in the poem September, right, the lines are pretty short in this poem. That doesn't mean that all poems have to be written with short lines, but some can have short lines. So your objective today, right now, is to take out your computer or take out a piece of paper, and you're just going to jot down some ideas about a month in the year that you choose. Okay, so choose another month in the year and quick write words and images that could be included in a poem about that month. So I chose the month of December, and I jotted down, I spent, maybe 4 or 5 minutes just jotting down a few things that remind me of December, like singing choirs, chilly air, white, red, and green, wrapping paper, good food, family, bells ringing, scent of pine trees, blue and white, winter decorations, snowflakes, and I stopped there, but you could keep going. But the idea is to get all of the things that remind you of that month down on the page, and you're going to use some of those things to then include in your poem or use as a foundation for writing your poem. So for writing time today, okay, you're going to write a poem about a month in the year, and when you're done, you're going to give it a title. And so I have a poem that I wrote called December. And I included some of the things from my quick write notes in this poem. The air is filled with brass bells ringing, a choir of children seen singing, a heavy coat for warmth outdoors, a crisp winter night with lights blinking. Family and friends gather with glee. My favorite season is now with me. There you have it. Short and to the point. Yours can be any poem that you would like to write about a month in the year, and go ahead and you can write it on paper, and this will be the first poem of our poetry booklet that we're going to be creating over this unit. So don't lose it. If you write it down, you can decorate it, color it in, make it look really cool. And also, if you could, type it into Word or PowerPoint, and that way we have a digital version as well. I hope everybody has a great day and enjoy your writing. Goodbye.